everyone, it's Pam and Steve from A Band on Ship, and we're here for our club group, the Deal Ukulele Club in Kent, and this is a quick burst of Chattanooga Choo-Choo just to show you one or two of the little pitfalls that there are. It's a brilliant song though. It was written by two of the most successful and prolific songwriters of the middle part of the 20th century, Harry Warren and Mac Gordon. If you're interested in the sort of things they wrote, just look them up on Wikipedia. Their record is stellar. And this song, Chattanooga Choo-Choo, is the first ever song, or Glenn Miller's recording of it was the first ever gold disc. It sold 1.2 million copies. So it has its place in history. The version that we've slowed it down ever so slightly from Glenn Miller's version, just to, well, basically make it a bit less challenging to play. So if we slow it down a bit, then you've got that little bit of extra time to find the chords. So we'll just go through some of those little pitfalls. The first one is in the introduction. Now, we're suggesting that you finger your G chord as normal, and then just slide it down one fret. So instead of playing 0, 2, 3, 2, you're playing 0, 1, 2, 1. But don't play the fourth string, the one nearest your nose. So it's the timing of it. So it's the words Chattanooga, Chattanooga. It's and again. So the count of that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it's slightly different the second time than it is the first time. So there's just a slight variation in the timing. And you hear it, if you hear the song, then you'll get that syncopation. And it has to have that syncopation. Okay. Now the rest of it doesn't, well, the first verse at any rate, doesn't have any terrors at all. They're all chords you know, easy chords, G, C, G, A7, D7, A minor 7th, the easiest of them all. The only thing that might concern you is the timing and how many beats there are on each of those chord changes. So if we just run through that first verse, and you'll see how many beats there are. In fact, it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Daddy boy, is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo? Track 29. Boy, you can give me a shine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. I can afford. There's all the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. Put it together. I've got my fare, and just a trifle to start. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so it's mostly 4 beats to the bar, but just occasionally there are a couple with just 2 beats to the bar. Once we get to the first chorus, which is you leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45, first 2 lines of that are nearly all just C and G7. So there are no terrors there. You get to the end of the second line and you go from a C to a C7. And I always recommend playing a C7 as that shape instead of that shape. But please yourselves, I like 3-0-0-3.
And it's easier if you play 3-0-0-3. So play the C with your little finger, C7 3-0-0-3. Play the F with the C still down, and then you've got an anchor to get to the C diminished. I know what I'm talking about here.
So that's the end of the second line and the beginning of the third line of the first chorus. So you're going from a C to a C7 to an F to a C diminished. And that little finger can stay there on the first string all the way through that little sequence. So again, it just makes life a little bit easier. Now we come to the last line of the first chorus, and we've got an A flat 7th there. Well, don't worry about it. The easiest way to play it, especially in this context, is to play an ordinary G7 shape and raise it 1 fret. So you're playing 3-2-3 instead of 2-1-2, but again, don't play the full string, the one nearest your nose. So what we end up with is dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer, and then we've put a strike, a tacit, a stop. So you just play that D7th once and sing the rest of it unaccompanied. So "Than to have your ham and eggs in" is all unaccompanied, and then Carolina, where we've got that A flat 7th, starting like a G7 shape, raised 1 fret, and then slide it back down to the G7. And again, watch the timing of that. Because it's slightly syncopated. So if we just run through those last 2 lines, Pam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina. See, we've got that A flat 7th, but don't play the 4th string. Then the second time round, when you hear the whistle blowing 8 to the bar, the second chorus, that again is a mirror image of the first chorus, except when we get to that last line, because there are some rapid chord changes. In fact, there are 4 chords, each of 1 beat at the end of that line. So let's slow it right down, and you don't stop on this one, you play all the way through. So we get 2, 3, 4. Shovel all the coal in, gotta keep it rolling. Woo woo Chattanooga, there you are. So we've got D7, 2, 3, 4, A7, G7, C, D7. Just 1 beat on each of those 4 chords to get you back into the key of G for "There's going to be a certain party at the station." And that's all straightforward, plain sailing from there. The second verse is exactly the same as the first verse. You know, "There's going to be a certain party at the station," which is "Pardon me, boys, there's the Chattanooga Choo-Choo." Exactly the same chord progression. And then when we get to the end, so we get to so we're just going to get from 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never. 2, 3, 4. C minor, in case you've forgotten, it's 0-3-3-3. C minor, and then so Chattanooga E7. Won't you choo-choo me home? And then we've got a little interlude there, which again is that G chord, and then slide it down a fret and back up again. So Chattanooga, Chattanooga, all aboard Chattanooga, Chattanooga, and then repeat the last line. So Chattanooga choo-choo, won't you choo-choo me home? And we finish the song with just that sliding down to the F sharp and back up to the G. It really isn't difficult, but you just need to be aware of the syncopation and the timing of it. Anything else, Pam?
No, it's just if you want to practice a segment, do that rapid chord change on those 4 chords.
Yeah.
Go over that over and over again until it just becomes
That's what we had.
nature.
What we had
That's
to
what
do.
I did this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, just to recap, you've got an A flat, a G7, a C, and a D7.
And then straight to the G.
And then straight on to the G. So you've got, so 1 beat on all 4 of those chords to get back up to the G. Okay, I think that's it.
Yep.
If anybody has got any more problems with it, let us know and we'll see what we can do to iron them out. All right.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Well, we will see you next time we see you, and until then, we won't. So, it's goodbye for now from both of us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.